Howdy doodly.
How we doing?
Pretty good.
Let me put this on the side here.
Heavy is the crown, brother.
Heavy definitely is the fucking crown. Oh my god, what a day of dealing with that. It's like the best way I can say it in a polite manner. We'll talk about it here in a minute. Let me deactivate this. Let me pop this open. Bam. Turn that on. Oh, minimize that. And let me lower. Oh. Okay. Let me actually lower this as well. You got to anything interesting?
Nope. All I did today was go to my grandma's, help her move her computer from Windows 7 to 10.
Sounds
That was about it.
Sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yep. Other than that, I watched some. I actually went through a lot of Disney Plus shorts, like Mickey Mouse shorts. Watched those. Yep. Didn't do a whole lot beyond that. Watched a Drew Gooden YouTube video.
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
He uploads about once a month.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they all get like 3 mil views, so he probably makes enough to chill for the rest of the month. But
that's fair. I worked, did world stuff. We're at that point of the year where it's like, I get off work, I go out, I pick a spot to post up and record the reaction to what I saw from Worlds and try and keep it to like 70 seconds and then go from there. And today, spends any time that I was on Twitter during work arguing with people all day, which was probably not the most productive use of my time, but unfortunately had to police a lot of sexism in the comments, so that was fun.
oh, do people not like the chick?
One of the comments was, and I quote, if I wanted to hear a woman screaming, I'd literally just go approach anyone in real life.
Oh my.
Yeah. So that's the level of sexism that I had to deal with in some of the comments and like going through and deleting shit and like really cracking down. And then like the flip side of it, like the other side, which I mean, I can't delete these comments because obviously like some of it's fair criticism. Some of it I think is like assuming the worst in people, of like the Asian racism against the World's music video, which people were just plastering me with. Not me, but like Riot in the video.
Yeah. Oh, like people saying that they didn't try hard enough on the faces.
Yep.
I really didn't struggle that bad to tell who was who.
Neither did I at all. They're like, oh, but they don't look exactly like. It's like, okay, Masu literally looked like Prince Charming from a Disney movie, or the dude from fucking Tangled. Mean, like, he doesn't look like that exactly in real life. Like,
yeah, you could tell they took a bit of creative liberty with it, and I was like, whatever. I mean, people like posted a photo. There's some meme photo of like, and I assume it has to be because it was Deft in glasses, and then Faker, and they were like, he just looks like Deft, and I was like, bro, how?
Yeah,
and it was
I saw. Like,
it was LCK people, and I was like, how do you think that is even like close? I guess
the thing is, look, we're not Asian, so I don't feel like I've never felt right on commenting on that, and that's what I told people today. Is like, look, if that's what you think it is, you know, it's not my place to judge. Like, that's your thing. If that's fine, whatever. I didn't have a problem distinguishing people from one another. Sure, you believe what you want. What I couldn't fucking stand today was the T1 stance. And if you're a T1 fan listening to this and you know what I'm about to say, sorry about your luck. But dude, y'all need to hop off your fucking stick up your ass. Like, it's obnoxious at this point. You got a full Faker documentary. You've had so many things throughout the year.
Yep.
And because this world song didn't specifically follow their journey from last year, because people just wanted to retell the story from the year prior every single time, it's like, oh, they threw a shit bit. It's like, honestly, just hop off.
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah, it's absurd. I mean, they're acting like Riot just doesn't try anything to give T1 any amount of like content, and it's like, bruh, if they gave any more content, we'd all start to think that it's rigged.
Yeah.
Like everything is basically about T1, and I get why. I get they've won a lot, and Faker's done a lot for the leagues. It's like, yes, it's all good stuff, but you also have to remember there's like the whole West, that watches League of Legends as well. There's LPL that watches League of Legends. I thought that was obviously Bin. I think most people thought it was Bin, other than
knew
Koreans.
It was Bin from the jump. Like the second my reaction's out there, like I think I said Bin like the minute I saw him on the horse. I was like, oh, that's Jax. That's Bin.
Yeah, but I get some people didn't like too much Linkin Park in it. But at the same time, that was a big pull.
That I'm gonna tell League fans, you need same thing. Take the stick out your ass. Sorry. Like, go watch the reactions of League people versus non-League people for this music video. And it's just night and day. Like, this, like, people were like, oh, it should be about the players and about the teams. It's fucking Linkin Park. There's no bigger band in the world. You're gonna put them in the music video. It's common sense marketing.
Yeah.
They're making a big comeback. Like, why? Like, what do League fans just want? Some third party, no name artist to partner up with Riot and do the same cookie cutter pop song. And I had somebody come at me in the replies. They're like, "Oh, you're calling Gods a cookie cutter Riot pop song? Meanwhile, this is like literally the most cookie cutter Linkin Park song that you'll ever hear." It's like, that's the whole point of the fucking song. Did you not listen to the lyrics?
Yeah.
They're literally telling people, this is what you asked for, and gave them what they wanted, which was older Linkin Park sounds, while allowing Emily to pop the fuck off with that scream. Like, that's the point. This is tongue-in-cheek supposed to be that. And people are like, oh, it's like, oh, why would I want to listen to this? Like, dude, just shut the fuck up. You can't appreciate a good thing then. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. And it's just tough too, because I was sitting there, bro, and I was reading people say like, oh, well, it's Linkin Park, their heydays are in the past. I get that. And they were saying like, and then some of the comments were just outrageous. It was like people trying to say like, and Linkin Park's not that big a deal. And I was like, brother, I hate to tell you this, but in the West, Linkin Park is way bigger than any K-pop band you could ever hope, bro.
They have a sold-out concert in Korea coming up.
Yeah, BTS doesn't even have some of the numbers that Linkin Park has. Like, Blackpink isn't even close to Linkin Park's peak. Like, Linkin Park is very well known in the West. Unfortunately, to much the anger of apparently a lot of League of Legends fans, Linkin Park is this well-known band who's bringing eyes on. It's kind of insane.
Here, like, the thing is, I get if people want to have criticisms of the music video, fine. I'm going to use Khan as an example because I think he was great with this. Like, he did not care for it at all. Had his reasons, said his reasons during that time, and then just kind of let it go and let people enjoy it. But they're like, the League community, for whatever reason, is just like, nah, I ain't going to let you enjoy this. I'm going to beat you over the head with it every time that you try and say something positive about it. And it's like, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to fight you back at this point. Like, I don't know, like, you're going to ruin part of the experience of social media, and part of the experience and fun of all this is like, whenever something awesome happens like this, you want to be able to talk about it with people and you want to share the excitement. And when I go on Reddit and it's nothing but people editing the fucking video to pull Linkin Park out of it, and they're like doing all this shit to like remove like what makes it special in the first place, it's like, you're not even allowing me to talk to you about it, because I can't talk to the metal people about the League side of this because they don't know. And that's fine. For them, they're learning about it, and that's part of the
Yeah.
great experience of this. But like, I do want to be able to talk about the League of Legends side with people, but you can't without being hit with all the fucking problems. And it's like, dude, can you just say the problems and say you don't like it and move the fuck on? Like, why do you have to sit here and just not be able to let us enjoy it?
Yeah. I mean, some people are saying they don't even want to watch Worlds because of it.
Yeah, I saw that
And
too.
I
It's
was
like,
like,
what?
bro, that's out of pocket. You weren't gonna watch Worlds anyways. If the song is what gets you into Worlds, like, that's kind of crazy to say that the song pushed you away from it. Like, I mean, it's not, I think it's a fine song. I really don't see why people hate it. Yes, does it have that Linkin Park sound to it that people think is just too generic in every Linkin Park song? Yeah, I mean, it does. But that's part of Linkin Park.
It's
Like, they're not
also
going to sit there and do their more rare stuff in this one.
no, and
Like, I'm
that
sorry, this isn't the one where they did the xylophone.
it was
Like,
the entire fucking point of it.
yeah,
Like, again, like, I would just encourage people, go back and listen to the lyrics and don't think about League of Legends for a second. Because obviously all the lyrics parallel to League pretty well. But like, just
yep,
think about it from a Linkin Park point of view. Like, they're talking about how like they are very much the band that is on top of the world. And the crown is heavy of being able to do this. And everybody's asking them, like, we just want, like, we don't want the Emily version. We want the Chester version of Linkin Park back. Well, guess what? You fucking got exactly that with this. And people are still going to complain. And that's
yep,
why the crown's so goddamn heavy. And that's where it's like, I've already said it's my number one world song already, but it's climbing well above and beyond that at this point and going into like territory of like songs that I genuinely like, I like will permanently be on my playlist that I could listen to for a while.
yeah,
Just because I feel like everybody has this perception of songs of like they judge it within the first 24 hours and like this is what the song means to me based on this. It's like for me, the song is a representation of everything that happens from the point that it's released to the end of Worlds. That's what a Worlds anthem is for me. And I like when I hear it, I will think back to that period of time. And I already know I'm just thinking of nothing but fucking vendettas I got against people every time I listen to this song now.
yep. Because I mean, the crazy thing too was some were saying they're like an older band, like they haven't been popular in forever, which just isn't true. Like 2017 was their last album, and yes, after that Chester dies, so they take a hiatus. Shocking. And that 2017 album had 400 million songs on Spotify.
Yep.
Like that's not small. It's not a tiny band. And that album is like crazy range from this version. Like this version in the album clearly that it looks like they're trying to create is more back to like, Hybrid Theory
Yeah.
days, like way later, which is fine because they want to go back and have fun with that. And it's kind of shocking to watch people just be like super annoyed about it. I mean, it sounds like I need to look up the name of the album. One I really like.
Meteor.
The Minutes to Midnight album.
Oh
If
yeah.
you go back to that album and listen to it, I think it's gonna be a little bit like that. And people should listen to that full album if they heard this song in Live Linkin Park. Don't if you don't, because like you're not gonna
Yeah.
like that album. But it's a good album to like sit there and just listen to. It's pretty troll. Like it changes a lot on certain songs, but it's just so enjoyable. Obviously, like a lot of people who like screaming are gonna be Western people. So people are just Westerners are gonna like this more, and the
Yep.
Western crowd's not as big. So that is what it is.
Also, I didn't understand this point of view of like people were like, oh, the Asian crowd specifically was like, this music video was supposed to be about, or supposed to be for us, was supposed to be like everything that like represented us in T1 and Worlds last year. It's like, guys, you understand the World Song is for this year, right?
Yeah.
Like it's for Worlds in Europe for a Western audience. And you're
Yep.
trying to take control of that. Like, I feel like people have this really warped perception that they control what the world song is.
Mm-hmm.
When the reality is the world song is whatever Riot wants it to be and the theme that they're trying to set with that world.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be what you simply want it to be. There will be times where it is, obviously. Last year, I think, is a great example of like, Riot gave people exactly what they wanted last year. for Worlds in Korea. The
Yeah.
standard song, a massive K-pop artist doing it, a little bit of repetition, which people seem to be fine with, whatever. Like, this is
Yep.
clearly a song for Europe. And the music video, rather than
Yep.
telling a story of years past, is predicting the future, which it has done in the past with Burn It All Down, with some of the other music videos.
Um,
Like,
Even LEC, like LEC hype videos that do really well, a lot of those usually are against the current coming in. And it's literally just like them, the commentators who sing, making a video as a band, putting in references to the guys. And it's like, so that's what they're used to. LEC fans probably, well, some of them might have a problem with it. I don't really know what European opinions are on it. But like a lot of those songs hyping up an event for them in LEC are just them making a song and then leading into the event and using it as an anthem to that. So it does fit thematically with what LEC does, propping up the band a little bit. And then I understand ZZ's
I
comment,
was
like, are
waiting
we
to see.
celebrating?
Yep.
Yeah, players or the band in a Worlds music video. You know what we're celebrating? It's called Worlds. We're celebrating Worlds. If you go back to Warriors, we weren't doing players, brother, and that's the best performing Worlds music video ever. No other one has caught that. KDA is the only League of Legends thing that has more views than Warriors, and KDA was after Worlds. Or like, wasn't it last day of Worlds? It
It
dropped.
premiered on finals day.
Yeah, that was not a Worlds thing. That was just, Riot using Worlds to build the hype out.
In the same way that
And
Arcane is going to be the entire opening ceremony this year. Hence why
yes,
this song is
100%.
also on the Arcane soundtrack.
Yep. And it's just tough because it's like, yes, people, I get it. You've been absolutely walked into players being the main central focus, which I don't know how you watch that Faker walkout
Yeah.
and not be like, dang, that's crazy. And then think about Faker the whole time. I honestly, until people started saying it, was like they were really upset about it. And they were really upset about the facial models. None of it was that hard for me to understand who
No.
was who. And then I started reading all these people saying, I can't tell who's who. And they were like, and why are we cutting to the band so much? And I was like, I kind of liked the cut between
Same.
Faker and the person screaming.
Same.
I thought that was neat, but I guess a lot of people hate that. And then people like literally indoctrinated themselves into thinking they see Deft. I'm telling you, they've been staring
100%.
at side by sides of Bin and Deft and like Faker and Deft and Owner and Deft so long that they're just like, yeah, you can't unsee it once you see it. And it's like, no, you really can.
Yeah.
Like until somebody
I still,
shows you that photo,
I still don't see
you
it.
cannot see it. Yeah,
I see it. There's one frame in particular
I can understand
that I saw like Deft in it, but like other than that one frame, I still
Yes.
see Bin.
Are they like the faces a lot more round? Yeah,
Yeah.
the faces are a lot more rounded. I get what you're saying. Deft literally thought it was him. That's fine. I'm not Deft.
Yeah.
I'm not Bin. I didn't see it. I'm saying I didn't see it. I didn't say the world didn't see it, brother. I don't know how else to say it. Like
we're not Deft. We're not Bin.
Yeah.
They can think it's not them. That's fine. If we see it and we think it's them, like
Yeah.
it's called having your own perception of things. They can see it differently than we can see. And I feel like people just cannot grasp that people can see things different ways and view things different ways. It's like it has to be this particular way. And that's with all of this, with the animations, with the song, with whether it's supposed to be representing the players or the event or anything else. People like this diehard subsection of League fans have such a very specific idea of what they want. And they think that everybody else wants that as well. When the reality is, it's a mix of everything.
Yep. And it is sad because I think it's a fun celebration song. I think it's a good lead-in. I can understand the yell would bother people, but whatever. I thought it was hype. And then instantly when I heard it, though, I won't lie, I let other people get in my head because my first watch through and hearing her scream, I was like, yeah, I was like, this is going to piss people off.
Yep.
I love this.
Same.
I was like, I love this, but this is going to piss people off. And then what happens? Like, it pisses people off. You could really tell. And it was very cool. I thought it was very fun. I think the first day of games was insane.
Oh, dude.
Like, we got really good games and they were pretty, like, the first series was so troll with Mad Lions, but instead of talking about that, everybody just wants to talk about the stupid music video problems they have, bruh.
It's just, I thought about earlier, like, do we even address it? Do we just ignore it? And it's like,
Yeah.
there's really nobody, there's nobody kind of standing up in defense for it. And it's not saying that you're batting for Riot. It's just like the people that like it are kind of being forced to be a little bit more quiet with it. Other than like
Yeah.
the music community who is not seeing the reaction of the League community at all. But like if you're within the League community and you like it, like I don't think people in the reading all the YouTube comments as they're coming in, it is bluntly clear that like people just don't. What's the best way of saying this? You won't understand if you don't like it the perception of somebody that does like it, where we feel like we are kind of like we're being boxed into a corner and having to punch our way out. Like that's what it feels like if you like it right now.
Yeah.
I'll let you clarify. Henry Chen asked said in chat, I just don't understand what they mean by people indoctrinated themselves, as if it wasn't people's initial reactions rather than looking back and indoctrinating themselves.
Oh, I was talking about a comment that was way up there.
No, I know, but it's similar. I think same person commenting, but he's asking about your indoctrination.
No, there was another person who commented they thought they didn't notice it was deft, but after they watched, they saw the side by side on Reddit, they then couldn't unsee it. That's the comment I was.
Lewis, there is arguing with that. He said the facial modeling was really bad. There's no arguing with that. I don't agree. Like, was it a little rough around the edges at points for some people? Sure. I never had an issue with it. It didn't even cross my mind until people started raising problems online, and even then, I still ultimately don't care all that much.
Yeah, Lewis was the one who said, I can't unsee deft after Reddit pointed it out.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, I get it. Some people are just, I think they're just spouting what Reddit told them to spout, or
like they heard it and now they see it. Agree. Sure.
Yes. And that could be the case. But I do think it's like we're going a little beyond the level of like, this only looks like deft, because there's tons of people. Like, I didn't see a ton of people saying that.
No, I didn't at first either.
Other than until Reddit and Twitter started going off, then I saw a ton of people. But a lot of people in the Discord who I watched it live with were just like, oh yeah, that's Bin. Right off the bat, we all knew it was Bin. And we were posting Bin in all caps. So I was like, whatever. Like, yeah, and I know people are saying you take out the BLG flag, you can't tell. It's like, okay, but the BLG flag is there.
Yeah, like we don't live in a world where it didn't exist. Yeah. Why am I pulling it out for no reason?
There.
Like,
yeah, it's there. Is the BLG flag in the room with us right now? Yes. Dude, literally he just posted it. Look at what he posts right as I'm saying it. You know he was typing it while I was saying it. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not like saying
Henry, here's the thing you gotta understand. Here's the thing you gotta understand. I wouldn't be able to recognize Bin if you just put if you put a picture of him in front of me. I couldn't fucking tell you. I'm not staring at these players like to recognize what their faces look like. LCS players, sure, I can do that, but there's quite a few LEC pros that you could put their picture in front of me, and I have no fucking clue who they are. I don't know their names. But that's the point. That's why they put the flag in there. So, like, I see the flag, I see his face, I see anything that looks a little bit like Jax, I know it's Bin. Immediately, I know it's Bin.
And I can pick up context clues. There's the idea of like, oh, well, what if the players would prefer it to look different? Then fine. The players will talk with them. But then that's between, a players and Riot thing.
Yeah, that's not
us. I understand. That's like the players will voice that opinion and Riot will change their system to better fit it to that. If they feel that they were misrepresented. But I don't think you need, all I am saying is I don't think you need hundreds of thousands of people spam posting that it is a problem and like ruining the vibe. Because low key,
Oh,
they're all trying
it's
to ruin the
ruining
vibe.
it. It's
Khan's
fucking
the
ruining
only
it.
one who hasn't, like, I
Yeah.
feel like who has a criticism with it and isn't going out of his way to like ruin the vibe
Yeah.
for the people who like it.
It's like people got to understand like what is happening now and what the community is doing is like we're all at a party. A song came on that somebody didn't like when there were other people that did. And the people that
Yeah.
didn't like that, like go out of their way to make sure that the people that like the song like really know about it. And in a normal party setting, like everybody would just look at those people and tell them like, okay, shut the fuck up and get out of here. Like you're buzz killing. Like just let us have this. You'll have the next song whenever the DJ moves on to the next thing. Just fucking relax, brother. But
Yeah.
like here, it's just this online echo chamber of like people constantly like putting it out, putting it out, putting it out, putting it out. It's like, guys, just let us enjoy the song. If we like it, we like it. Like that's like I don't want to. We don't want to have to sit here and fucking defend it 24/7. We just want to be able to enjoy the song and the music video that we liked. That's it.
And luckily, I will say, World's popping off. Viewership looks good. Everything seems fine. So regardless of how angry people are, they're still tuning in.
Dude, I'm curious to see how viewership is tomorrow. I think it will still be high. I know a lot of people were saying like, oh, it was Brazil and the Spaniards like tuning in and driving up that number pretty high. I just think International League of Legends is still growing. Like all this talk
like Riot doesn't have an inner problem.
Yeah, all this talk that we've had about like domestic leagues struggling, like sure, by all means, it's very valid criticisms. And like we've talked about it in depth, but like when it comes to international events, like year over year over year over year, it is just better. I put the graphic out on Twitter for those that want to see it that compares the day one viewership between Worlds 2022, 23, and 24. There was a dip in 23 because most of us in America couldn't watch it. So you lost a lot of the Western viewership there. But then beyond that, it's been great. Like 2022 was great. And even then with 2022, you lost some of the European viewers because it was too late for them. But then EU time, it just goes up even further because it's like the perfect sweet spot for everybody. Where for those of us in America, we can watch it and be able to watch everything in the morning when we're getting up. The Asian markets, it's a little bit later at night, but not too late because they do put this on earlier for their time. But it's great. It's great. Like the numbers are good. LoL Esports is here to stay internationally. We just got to figure out how to monetize this shit.
The numbers look good. It's definitely hopeful for the scene in general. It also is like good because even no matter how bleak you can think NA looks, which NA is starting to rebound anyway, so that's good. Like you at least know that League still has that in the back of its pocket. Like a lot of people care about international. Now, of course, Riot is going to keep, just they're moving to 3 international events, so they see what's going on.
They know.
Yeah, they know what makes money. So they're not missing this. It's I will say the game's a little interesting. The first series,
it's play-ins.
First series, was whack.
Or even the second series
though.
Second series was a little bit iffy. That's a lot of points.
First game though looked kind of clean.
It was, other than the fact that they had like that Baron dance where they're both just sitting there in front of nobody has smite. Everybody's just, it's like, bro, PSG, kill the Baron. You kill the Baron, you kill them. Instead, you're splitting your resources. It's like, oh man,
that was a little troll. But it is tough because you're watching. Like you can tell this is just everybody who wants to watch League really bad because all these teams stand no chance later on, realistically.
No.
But I mean, I'm excited for tomorrow. Like I think 100 Thieves stands a good shot.
So here's the thing. There were rumors about 100 Thieves or about a Western team that was already over there, which Team Liquid and FlyQuest I think are over there as well. Both obviously has been playing scrims, but there were rumors that a Western team was doing really well in scrims, really, really well.
Oh.
Today on broadcast, Azael spilled the beans. He said specifically, I heard that 100 Thieves are smashing in scrims.
Oh, dear.
Which, if you know the 100 Thieves team, okay, if any of you have followed the Rendezvous or followed anything else, we are a shit scrim team. We have been for a while. And the fact that we're playing well in scrims apparently brings happiness to my face. I mean, you look at the in-houses and everything else that was going on there. Sure, like we were losing games to G2 in the in-houses, but like for the most part, like Quid's been playing very well in solo queue. River's been playing pretty well. Sniper's been climbing a good bit. But
wait, in the power rankings, G2's above T1?
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. How'd that happen? And it is what it is, I guess. It'll all come out in the end.
Yeah. We are bankrupt in Scrimbucks. Hey, look, I ain't jinxing shit. If they're good in scrims and shit on stage, then we shit the bed on stage. Like that, what am I gonna do about it? But I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that if we are doing better in scrims, that's a positive sign. Now, again,
Bro, where is?
Where's what?
Oh. I was looking for Pain. I was like, where is Pain?
59th, yeah.
Yeah, they're
or
pretty
53rd.
far.
No, they're 53rd, and then PSG was 19th.
Yeah.
Should Paragon said, I'm confused. Shouldn't 100 Thieves be a favor to get out of plans? They should be. But, you know, analysts don't like don't like giving the possibility that, like, the thing with 100 Thieves, okay, which I will agree with some of the things that were said. And I think Dom actually had like a really good take on this. Is like they have a wickedly high ceiling because we don't know how any of them are going to do. But because of that, you are instinctively going to rank them lower than most other teams, including PSG, and maybe not Mad Lions because Mad Lions is also young, but we've seen Elgoyo on the international stage more than we've seen the other way around. Like, it is fair to rank them lower. I don't fault people for ultimately like putting us in the tier with PSG, Mad Lions, etc. The people that put us like really far below them and were like, we have no chance compared to them, that I didn't fucking get. That's not like, people were making tier lists at that point with the like assumption that the worst case scenario for NA is going to happen. It's like, okay, but what if we learn and we adapt pretty quick? And what if we catch on? Then what? That are you going to adjust? No, you're not going to adjust your rankings. You're going to say that we overperformed. It's like, ugh, whatever. Like oh god.
How's TL under Fnatic as well? Like,
because of, don't forget, Esports World Cup is not in there.
So yeah, but TL did better than Fnatic at MSI.
Sure, but G2 did better than TL. And because G2 is higher up and G2 played Fnatic played G2 multiple times due to being in the same domestic league with them, their strength of schedule will go up because of that. That's why like these power rankings for now are very iffy and weird, and like obviously not very accurate to where it would in theory actually be. But we just need more international events to help flatten it out. What list are we talking about? We were talking about the global LoL esports power rankings, which are now going to be a permanent thing on LoL esports, which, by the way, sucked because I knew that list was coming out on Thursday. And we had the podcast on Wednesday night, and I had access to the full list from like since like Tuesday. So like I was looking at the rankings, looking at the numbers, like looking at all this shit and like studying it. And I couldn't say shit on this like anywhere because like we were under embargo for it. And it was like, damn, there's so many good discussion points to be had because of these rankings.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I don't think the rankings truly respect how one team region LEC is.
No, they definitely don't. Like and that's the problem is like Worlds will help distinguish that.
It'll help flatten
like
that.
if Fnatic, you know, if G2 is the only team that goes up and like you have Fnatic losing to like other teams within the thing, I'm curious to see how it adjusts. But
yeah, and G2 won't be above T1 by the end of Worlds. My guess is maybe if T1 underperforms, but they'll get replaced by some other LCK team or somebody.
I still maintain the stance that I think a Western team can make semis this year.
Maybe, yeah, but I just don't think G2 is going to stay above. Maybe they stay fourth.
I mean, think about it. T1 is
Yeah.
I mean, look, we don't know. If T1 comes out and plays like they did in summer, there's a very good chance that they don't make it out of Swiss stage. A very good chance. Given that G2 is performing at an elevated level, TL and FlyQuest are performing at an elevated level, they could both pull off those upsets. They've nearly done it already at other international events. All it takes is a good day from them and a bad day from T1.
Mm-hmm.
And voila,
well, you
we're
still
there.
have the other two, though. I mean, under G2, you have T1, Damwon, Weibo, and LMG. Like, you have a lot of teams that can rise above them.
Kadril, Dom, and LS all had like fairly negative things to say about Weibo. So, like they're predicting Weibo and Weibo and D plus Kia to be like the two teams that would drop out if in the case that we got two Western teams in.
Yeah, maybe. Weibo for sure. I can see that take. And LNG has Yagao, right? Yeah, then they're probably host.
Well,
so
wait, no, I think LNG is gonna have Scout. I think he was able to get everything that he needs to be there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, at least Scout is good.
That's the rumors. But then again, also don't forget he probably hasn't been scrimming all that much with the team, and that if that's the case,
fine.
Like there's Scout. Sure, but like the thing you got to realize is that Swiss stage changes everything. It's not like groups where you could previously. Oh, Kadril's riding the DK hype right now. Oh, well, that was I'm thinking of Vedius, who was trying to bring him back down to earth. What was I saying?
You're saying that's Scout coming back.
Oh yeah, Swiss stage.
Yeah, I get you.
Lose that first best of one. Think about how drastically that changed the entire trajectory of Swiss stage last year. Yeah. That was what ended up allowing the NRG G2 series, like those early wins. You get a bad draw in the second round because, you know, LPL faces LCK early on and you just happen to face up against one of the other teams there. It's like you get the KT luck from last year and then all of a sudden, congrats, you're 0-2 staring down the barrel of a gun. And it's like, okay, well, there went your time to warm up. I hope you're ready. I mean, you could carry that momentum and go from 0-2 and run it back, but like at the same time,
I know these are what they are because this is such a new thing, but K-Core being an SK being above 100 Thieves is hilarious.
I know. I saw all that. I was like,
I get it. Just is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this for the first time, so I'm sorry.
Oh, you're seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't seen the rankings yet, but it is what it is. I mean, yeah, this world is going to be wild because with this power ranking thing, now you like winning actually directly changes things. I do low key, and I know this is me being a hater of power rankings, but the machine being in charge makes me feel I'm back in these crappy. And I know analysts have some overlap of it, but it feels like I'm back in that.
Apparently.
Okay, I feel like I'm in that crappy BCS days.
Yeah, Travis Gafford had conversations with
great
with all the people that are powering it. I think with AWS, and basically like they can be very fluid and dynamic with changing variables if they feel like it's not accurately representing what it should be. So they're able to make consistent changes, consistent adjustments, and fine tune it as time goes on.
Because the power rankings are going to be SCC is LCK.
Yep.
Big Ten is
LPL.
What is LPL? And then ACC is going to be LEC or LCS. I mean, honestly, both of them could fit in the ACC.
Well, no, the LCS is the Pac-12. You can have a team go
Yeah.
undefeated, and it's like, okay, we might throw you a
Yeah.
bone every once in a while, but like,
Yeah. Well, the Pac-12 is dead now, so they'd have to
oh,
be the
okay,
Big 12.
the old Pac-12
Yeah.
with like the Oregon.
Yeah. It's it's gonna be wild because the ACC used to, yeah, it doesn't really work because they used to win
Yeah.
national titles and still get told the next year, we don't know about you guys because we got the Big Ten and the SEC. But it'll be interesting. I mean, there's definitely gonna be people who get mad as long as they don't put worlds slots around the power rankings.
No, I don't think they ever will like base that,
It'll
but I
be
think one
fine.
thing they
Okay.
will do is they will change seeding. I think like our
Mm,
pool draws from now on, it ain't gonna be LCS and LEC one seeds getting, pool one spots anymore. It is going to be the 4 highest ranked teams coming into the tournament, regardless of whether you qualify through play-ins or not, because of like technicalities with regions. Like that's irrelevant. 1, 2, 3, and 4 will all be pool one, which means the
okay.
power balance of matchups will be more in line with what it should be for Swiss stage early on or for groups moving forward.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like in theory, if
That is a good
it would
idea.
have balanced it, it's not saying you need to do it perfectly. You can still have some variability within it, but like you could arguably better balance play in stage if you move Mad Lions over to the LCS's side and move the VCS over to, or move like GAM over.
Mhm.
Henry asked, "Is it confirmed power rankings mean something?" They said they're going to start, like they're going to play a more integral part in LoL esports moving forward, which basically means yes, there will be some sort of incorporation of power rankings when it comes to global events moving forward, but we just don't know yet. But like that's Riot vague speak for yes, these will be impactful as time goes on.
Yeah.
And with 3
Get ready,
international events next year,
boys.
it will be really good for like flushing out these rankings a lot better.
True. BCS is coming. I hope you're all ready for the BCS.
I'll tell you what today made me excited for. Today made me excited for the Americas.
Did it?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched the shots of the Brazilian crowds, hyping themselves up back in Brazil because they're having like watch parties the uh, at the studio where they like do everything in that like movie theaters. But
Mm.
like, bro, we're gonna have no problem selling out a 10,000 person theater
Yeah.
when it's America versus Brazil in these matchups. And I swear I cannot wait. It is going to get rowdy. It's going to get
Gonna go
rambunctious.
crazy.
The YouTube chat, was it you that messaged me that said like the YouTube chat was like going ballistic, or was it somebody else?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was people typing like what was it? People typing crazy comments. I don't know if I should really say the ones I was sending you because I was like, boy, these are some rowdy boys. I was like, they're saying some things you can't say in the chat.
I
I
like
mean,
it though. That's
they're
college football environment.
yeah, they're wild ones over there.
We got
But
a
it was fun. I liked watching it because I was like, man, these people care. I was like, they
yeah.
genuinely care about what's going on. Like, I'm hoping tomorrow's just as good with 100 Thieves.
I feel like we're a lot more like, I don't know. I feel like NA fans are gonna be like, I never doubted them secretly. I doubted them the entire time. Whereas like Brazilian fans would like cuss you out if you publicly like doubt the teams until they've officially lost.
Yeah,
We could really
yeah.
learn a lot from them on that front. I mean, obviously I'm going into this headstrong, but I know a lot of people that are like genuinely nervous for us
That's
playing
just the football
R7.
way, though, for Americans. Like, our
Ah,
sport, we do that in every sport. We sit there and we bash our team until they start figuring it out.
no, but it's not even like bashing. People are just genuinely like, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy in. I'm not gonna get excited. I'm not gonna say this." Like, shut the fuck
Oh,
up. Get
that is
excited.
wild. Yeah.
Get excited. Like, are you kidding me? Like, when it comes game day, I don't care if my team, like Florida Gators, we fucking suck. Okay, we're terrible. You wanna know how I
Yeah, you
spent
do.
my Saturday? My Saturday, we watched the 12 o'clock Florida game at the UF bar or UF alumni bar here in New York City, and then later that night at 7:30, we went to the Florida State bar, which I will say The Florida State bar kicks the shit out of the UF bar. Okay, it's a
I'm
party.
sure Florida
It
State's a
it,
big
it is a
deal.
fucking party down there. Okay, UF, like, it was great. There were Gator fans. Everybody was passionate. Dude, Florida State, bro, people came in ready to like fuck, and it was like, oh my god, this is like in between every play. Turn down the TV sound, start blasting Migos, doing like shots of everything. There's a fucking some. Hold up, I'll find the picture. Somebody brings their dog in and had him with a UF band or like a trying to. He's chilling.
Yeah,
He's got a Florida State banner. They have New York City, Florida State like alumni shirts with like the
dang.
subway logos on it, and like I'm trying to see. I got like one more video that's just like. Oh,
Is this just a bar that has like a lot of Florida State fans go to it?
it's all the Florida State alumni. There's one uptown or there's one in Manhattan.
Wait, I'm so lost though. Like is it just a normal bar every other day?
Yeah, it's the normal bar every other day, but
Okay.
all the Florida
Alright.
all the
That
Florida
makes
State
sense now.
people consolidated around there, and they just they go nuts. And I was like, okay, this is cool. But we have a bet that whoever has the better record at the end of the year dictates the bar that we go to. Since we both have shit records right now.
Fair enough. Dude,
But like that was great. That's what I want. Like LCS watch parties like are chill and fun for now, but like that's the crowd like I want to keep getting them more around and get more people, get it more nuts. Like eventually be able to like have a DJ that like turns down during commercials and like starts playing like fucking trap bangers to like get people hyped up. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm worried this Saturday.
Why?
I'm not really worried to be honest. I'm just amped to
Oh,
go
the
watch
Florida
Bulldogs.
or
No,
the
dogs
sorry,
play
yeah.
Bama.
Oh, I know.
In Bama. It's gonna be a good one. I'm going over to my dad's.
What did I see earlier?
We're about to lose our minds.
Where was it? Oh no, I gotta find it later. Somebody did an edit with like Pat McAfee's, like "Give Me Alabama," and it was like one of the hardest things I've ever seen. And it's just like nonstop shitting down Georgia's throats the entire time.
It's good though. We need that, dude. When they got deranked or ranked down to 2 from 1, everybody I know likes Georgia was like, "Thank God, thank you." Kirby needed that, bro. We needed to be able to look the boys in the locker room and go, they don't think you're good enough. America, the whole nation doesn't think you're good enough to be number 1. And they played Texas too this year.
I know.
And Texas got moved to number 1. So now we sit there going, yeah, they think Texas is better than you, and they think you're about to go lose in Bama. And the ESPN Football Power Index has them losing. I think Vegas has them winning, so the odds are in their favor. But then there was this huge like poll, and the poll has Georgia losing from ESPN, and I was like, "Thank you," because if all these things have them losing, I know these dogs are about to go so crazy.
It's gonna. I cannot wait. Is College Game Day in Tuscaloosa, or is it a neutral site, or is it in Tuscaloosa?
I think it's in Tuscaloosa. Oh, it's in Tuscaloosa. The game is.
Okay, so I wonder if College Game Day is gonna be there, because if they are, bro, it's gonna be nuts. Like that's one where like
Probably is.
I can't recommend enough to people. Worlds will be going on from like 8 to 11. Pull up College Game Day on the side on Saturday morning. You're gonna see what actual tailgating is all about, and like what sports fandom is to its core in America.
Yeah, it's going to Tuscaloosa.
It's going to nice. I can't wait for the Pat McAfee show on Friday every time. Dude, that gets me so excited. So excited. And I texted or not texted. I DM'd Cubby my idea that I put in Discord a bit ago of like somebody needs to make it a point to like go around to the different like LCS facilities and like just try and make like a Pat McAfee style show.
Oh.
Like in the off season, you just do it from a neutral site, but like then during the season, like once a week, every week, you go to an LCS facility and like do it out of there.
So I like that I've seen a lot of people say that. My only thing is, I will say, you do have to have like an insane motor. Like he works like a stupid amount every week,
Yeah.
and the person who'd have to do that genuinely has to live and breathe it. Also has to be good, at acting like him, and all of that's so hard that I don't know if esports can create their own Pat McAfee. They're just gonna have to hope one eventually rises up. And yeah, we can all say like we have the idea out there, somebody should do it, but it's so hard, bro.
I'll be honest, I think you and I could do it if we had the access to everything.
Yeah, the dumb money.
Because the thing is like you bring that level of like dog mentality hype. I might keep you in check a little bit more. I feel like if anything, you're more Pat McAfee, I'm more Kirk Herbstreit with it. Like if I had to draw a comparison. But like
I think I'm like have you seen his show?
yeah.
I'm probably more the toxic table guy, like
Oh,
Ty
true.
Schmidt,
Yeah.
and you're Pat. Like you do your thing. You're out there, not in a bad way, like in the good way of
Yeah.
delusionally thinking you're great at things enough to be able to keep going, because a lot of people will tell you that's a stupid idea, it won't work, and then you make it work and you show them how it works and it blows their minds and they pay you a lot of money for it. And then you need that moron who sits there and tells you something that's like totally stupid opinion, but he believes it from the bottom of his heart because
Yeah.
he loves his teams.
That's like I love Hotline League lives, like at LCS finals, but it's
Mhm.
way too tame of a fucking environment.
Yeah, you gotta get
It's
wild.
way too chill for me. You're in a crowd of 5,000 people. How the fuck are you not having like how are you not just going ballistic the entire
Gotta
time?
get
Dude, I'd be
wild.
going nuts. That
It's, I mean, there's gotta be somebody who could take the mantle. I think Ovale was close. Or Ovale.
Avali was close, but like the humor was a little bit too like cringe isn't the right word. It was just like edgy humor, but like not in the way that
Yeah,
like unites people in a way. You kind of look at them and be like, "Oh, did she just say that?" But like,
yeah,
it's not one where like when Pat McAfee shows up, it's like you got people that will like come and like ride or die and like just get hype
yeah,
energy for no reason, just chilling, drinking beer, having a good time. And
yeah.
it's like
And
you need somebody to like be willing to just shove a guy for the energy.
yeah, and this isn't meant in a bad way. This is more meant in just how the world is. I
Yeah,
do think too. I didn't think about it with her. Like, I think guys relate to guys better on that front. Like being
I mean
goofy and
probably yeah.
partying. Like, I don't mean that in a terrible way either. I legitimately mean like I think you're just attracted to a dude that is goofy. You know what I mean? And you can give him more grace. Like if she does something, it looks a little different because dudes just don't know how to act. Like in that moment, they're like, "Dude, this chick's acting like a guy. I don't know what to do," and it breaks their brain.
Yep.
And when you see a guy do it, you go, "Oh, nice." You're like, "Yeah, that makes sense to my pea-sized brain." So
Yeah.
it works. But it's like I don't know who could do it. I'm sure there'll be
Kangas.
somebody at some point. Yeah, Kangas is a wild one.
Kangas has that energy to him, but it's
Mhm.
like the thing that I would say from Kangas is like, bro, you gotta start like if you're gonna do that, like I think you could fill the role. You gotta start making content now. Like you gotta. That's my biggest thing with like. I know the NACL guys and all that are like busy and shit, but like I find it hard to believe that they couldn't do what I do on YouTube, but way better, since they have like actual analysis behind it.
Mhm.
Just do it.
Maybe. Oh, Flowers. Yeah, Flowers is the
Oh,
guy.
Flowers would be great, but the thing is, like, Flowers is always going to be like on broadcast commentating. Like,
Yeah.
Flowers would be. Flowers is perfect. Like, you literally can't get anybody better than Flowers to do it. But the problem is, like, obviously, I don't know if he cares to just like do that when he could be casting as well. It seems like he genuinely loves casting. If he was to retire from that,
Yeah.
then maybe. But dude, Flowers would be perfect. That's one thing that I never understood is like I get the analyst lounge like being its own separately like studio produced thing. Like I don't know. I'd want to be with the crowd and the fans. Like that sounds more fun to me than sitting like in your own like comfy little studio talking in front of a camera trying to be like Sports Center that way. Because even Sports Center is going to be being in front of
Yep.
more people and like being more interactive with that front.
This is gonna suck to say, but would it be a gain for NA for Flowers to go on a cage roll arc?
I don't.
I think it'd low
No,
key be
no.
good.
I don't think he could do it alone though.
You don't think
Like
he could?
no, because the thing that what makes Cage Roll so unique is that like he has like such a great personality
Hmm.
independently of anybody else. He doesn't he doesn't need other people around him to just be naturally entertaining. And while
Yeah.
Flowers is that by himself, you can tell Flowers gets most excited when he's talking to other people and can just bounce off of others. And I think
Yeah.
he would need people around him. And I think you could do that. Like you give Flowers and Raz like the chance to fully like go balls to the wall with each other like that. I think it'd be great. And then you throw in like Jat to be like the Nick Saban type there, but you just let like you tell like okay, Jat, you're like the control environment. Okay, you're gonna go in and just be your normal self, but we're gonna unlock Flowers and Raz to be as fucked up and goofy as they can possibly be, and you're gonna be the sense of
Mhm.
normalcy. There's gonna be a lot of people that will relate to you, but there's also gonna be a lot of people that want the crazy.
Yeah. That makes sense. That'd probably be a good way to do it too. I just don't know because I want to try to unleash the man and get him
Oh yeah,
doing more stuff like that, but it's for sure it's difficult. I mean, there's just also not enough people we can pay. Like I don't think LCS right now is in the position to
no,
like pay all these people to have the Pat McAfee's because Pat McAfee's crew is deep.
agreed, but that's why it has to be like they have to start it on their own. Like think about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Cadril started this whole co-streaming thing on his own. Like he didn't, nobody paid him
yeah.
to go and co-stream and like create all the content on his own. He just did it because he genuinely enjoyed doing it. And you would need Flowers, which he's starting to do it, which is great. I haven't seen like has he uploaded much since like LCS. I know he's been casting like Iron games, but I don't know beyond that. Captain Flowers. Yeah, he's got 12K subscribers now. I mean, he's doing a lot of like he's doing a lot of more like the YouTube stuff. But I feel
Hmm.
like you here's a great place to start for him. Him and Raz should just do a nightcapped type thing.
What is that?
The the
Cap?
Ocho Cinco, what's his name? The dude that had the sex, Shannon
Oh,
Sharp,
Shannon Sharp.
Ocho Cinco.
Hmm. That's not a bad idea.
Just the two of that, like, and that's basically what that's kind of what their show with Ovely was, the caster couch thing. But just
Yeah,
like let it be the boys just shooting the shit as boys.
yeah. That makes sense. That wouldn't even be that bad of an idea. Or Flowers Azale, that's a good point too.
Yeah,
Either of those pairs works. Yeah, because that's really, I think Azale and Flowers are like the two that everybody watching for at this point, and Jat, and
yeah,
then Jat's kind of this really good other guy.
yeah.
But Jat has not, I don't know, he hasn't like climbed as much as the other two have. I would
No,
say in skill lately, and the time Jat has taken off has definitely been noticeable.
yeah. The thing was like Jat was positioned so well to do like the analytical content with JLXP because I used to
Yep,
listen to that shit all
yep.
the time. But then when he stopped doing it consistently, it's like once you break people of that habit, it's really hard to get them back
Yeah, that's the
consistently.
tough part about social media for those guys.
Yeah,
It's so they literally just have to do it all day. And that's what I mean by like Pat's psycho work ethic and why I feel bad. Like I don't know if Flowers could handle that because I know Flowers actually is smart about taking breaks when he needs to.
yeah, and burnout's a very real thing. Like he's experienced that as
For
well.
him,
So like,
yeah.
yeah, I
Pat is just a psycho, bro. I don't know how he doesn't burn out.
because I think
Like
if you just genuinely are well, one, I don't want to assume that he's on drugs, but I'd imagine he had. I mean,
he is a weed smoker.
he does enough to mellow him. But
LOL.
I know Flowers and Rat smoke as well, so like they have enough to mellow them out. But
Hmm.
like I
He does have the boys.
that's the thing. He's got a good
Yeah.
group around him to keep him motivated. at all times for
Yeah,
Pat.
if my
And then
best
just
friend
like,
was AJ Hawk, I'd be happy too.
and also like, yeah. Well, okay, that fuck you. So
Yeah,
you're not happy with me not being AJ Hawk? Wow, really?
you just don't have that Easter Island head. National championship at Ohio State. One time national champ, one time Super Bowl champ. How am I not supposed to fall in love with that man? Eats chicken and rice every day.
There's only so much I can do, man. I'm one person.
But also, I've never burnt out. So does that mean you're working? And
I
we
mean,
work together?
yeah. I mean, I haven't burned out, and I've done how much fucking content over the years?
Yeah, you've done a
Like,
stupid amount.
we're talking about the hours that, like, I'm trying to think of how many hours I actually work a week. Like, if you include content, if you include everything, it's got to be, because my normal job's like 45. So then
Yeah.
you throw in golf on top of that, that's 9 hours, or that's like 7 hours. So that's 52 there. And then I put at least 15, 20 hours a week in the content.
That's crazy.
Hire a team. I doubt I'll give you some insight into the numbers, okay? This is going to be the first year that I've ever made 5 figures from content.
It's nice.
Just nice. But like, you got to realize how little money
Yeah, you can't pay somebody.
that actually, like, it sounds great, but like, I'm also trying to save for family. I had to buy a brand new computer at the beginning of the year. Like, in terms of like total, like, other than like one-off deals that have happened, like, on average, like the amount you make per month outside of sponsorships, at least on like the numbers of content that I do, is anywhere between like 200 to 450 ish. You start paying a team. People cost money. Like, I'm not trying to split what's already a smaller number. If I can do that on my own, like, it's not going to increase all that much, and it takes a while to kind of get through everything. So it's like, you got to realize, like, the nice thing about me being the only one that like does my content and touches everything from my content is like, I have a repeatable process that I can do right now. Like, I can get a video. I get 3 to 4 videos out every single week on YouTube, 2 TikToks a day, every day. You add any sort of other chain in that command, and that shit gets tough. And then you also have to review it and make sure that like they're uploading things in the style that, you know, you want it to be. Like, I don't have time for that. I literally don't.
That makes sense.
That's why it's like, I've always said, if that was going to be the case, like, I wouldn't hire a team. Like, not to like, I don't know how to fucking say it, but like, I'd rather like go to 100 Thieves and like film stuff with them, so like they can edit it, they can put the shit out on their own and like put it on their channels, and then, you know, I get a cut of deals or whatever. It's like, that's fine. Like, then if I'm filming stuff for you and we can like come up with ideas together, that's fine. Like, I show up at a spot and like do the thing that we're saying that we're gonna do, fine. But like, when it comes to my own content, managing my own channel, publishing everything else there, it's not worth it for me to bring somebody else in. No way.
I like that comp. Hire another team to make sure the first team remains on brand.
That's called HR and then quality control.
Bro, that makes me think of, this is way off topic of League. Is it okay if we
Yeah.
strain off?
Yeah.
We already are, I guess. But did you see the UNLV stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that QB step down, running back has now redshirted and is doing it as well. But then they tweeted out, their Barstool account tweeted out new QB1 and a picture of this dude, and the starting linebacker for UNLV tweeted about damn time about the new starting QB.
For those that need context for this, there's the quarterback from University of Las Vegas was apparently promised $100,000 from one of the assistant coaches as part of their NIL deal to transfer to the school. He transferred, they never got it in writing. It never happened. So despite them being 3-0 and undefeated on the year so far, he decided to quit the team, basically. He redshirted himself, which more or less is just quitting the team.
And this is also important, is he did also So UNLV is saying he asked for more money, and that's why he's redshirting. He's saying they just never paid him, except the stipend for moving. And then the guys throwing in these 3 wins. I hope everybody knows this. Their QB who's demanding more money / stepping down because he thinks he'll go somewhere else and make more money. Did throw in all wins 43% completion percentage. They ran for more yards than they threw for in every single game. Now, granted, he also ran for 115 yards in one of the games, so he's a good dual threat.
So okay, he's a
Good
dual
dual
threat.
threat. But by dual threat, one of my buddies said this, and it's so funny. He said by dual threat, they mean, yeah, he throws it to yours or the other team.
Oh my god.
Like, bro is so bad at being a QB. He's a running back.
Here's the thing. Look, I'm happy that the NIL is here. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people hate it, but like these players should be getting paid. The colleges are making fucking millions from them. Yeah,
Yep.
these guys should be making money. Okay? Like there's nobody should ever be denying that. What needs to be reeled in is like how the money is spent, how it's distributed, how whether there's a cap on it or not. Like all of that needs to be figured out because you can't be having people transfer schools for a audible promise that's not written down on a paper contract and then the guy transfers and then gets fucked out of it. That's common sense. You should always have it in writing. Like
Yep. And it's all silly right now because it's so young. And I don't think college was really ready for it. But I mean, the guy just, it killed me, bro. His stats and then what he was demanding was so funny. But I don't know. Maybe it'll all work out. We'll know the truth eventually because right now the truth is still hidden. We don't know what happened. Really. Taking an audible offer is just the silliest thing I've ever heard. No contract at all. But it does kill. I don't believe that a university in Las Vegas can't find the money.
yeah, that I find hard to believe.
I find that very hard to believe. But I also think they probably think the backup can do what he was doing because it's not really what he was doing. They were just running the ball all over people.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough moment. Like, sometimes you take a gamble on yourself, and that's what he's doing right now.
I mean, he's
Could
standing
pay
on
off.
business. He's saying, I was promised 100K. Give me my 100K.
Yep. Now he's got to hope that some other team will offer him that.
They won't. I
Probably not,
don't think they will.
I don't think somebody will.
He's a fifth year.
Especially after he made a stir.
And he's a fifth year.
Yeah. And he's just not that good at throwing. Like, I watched a video, and it was like, because obviously I looked up highlights because I was like, okay, why would this kid say he's this good, but his completion percentage sucks? Maybe I'm stupid, and maybe I just need to watch him throw and see if it's the guys dropping the ball. And I'm watching, I'm like, bro, you ain't doing enough to demand more. I get demanding what you're owed and not playing to get what you're owed. That's fair, but good luck redshirting to somewhere else and getting that money.
You sound like Jack right now.
What? Oh, with JoJo? What, just being like,
Okay,
fine,
Jack.
bro. Let's see how it goes.
Try getting 700K elsewhere. Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, hey. Did you watch JoJo in playoffs?
I did.
You think he was worth 700?
Wasn't worth a trip to Worlds.
Yeah, I don't think he was worth 700.
Quid's on probably I don't even want to know what Quid's contract is. Dude, I wish salaries were public. I would love to know the pay disparity between Quid and
Dude,
fucking
imagine
JoJo Pion.
when we get a cap.
We won't
That's
ever get a
gonna
cap.
Why?
We can't.
We won't? You don't think ever?
Can't. In California, you have to have a union and a collective bargaining agreement, and the players won't unionize.
Yeah, I'm saying one day they'll do that.
No, they won't. If they're not gonna do it, if they're not gonna do it now, when the fuck are they ever gonna do it?
Fine. Fair enough. Dude, I
It's
can't
never
wait till we
happened.
have super maxes
Oh, dude.
in League of Legends.
I wish.
You get one player that you drafted, and you can pay him as much as you want.
I wish that was a thing. I so do. But it would also terrify me because like I know. I know if we saw those numbers, people will be looking at Quid probably making like 120 grand a year and just being like, we can give
Yeah.
him 250. Like and
Oh
I just
yeah.
be sitting there sweating bullets like, oh no, 100 Thieves, we can't pay that, can we? We really can't pay that, can we? Oh man.
Yeah.
Cali fucked and I live here. I mean, that's not a Cali fuck situation. That's a good thing. You don't want owners being able to set a salary cap without player control over it. It is a very good thing that that law is in place. It is just on the players to unionize, and they won't.
Yeah.
Oh, your boy Graf brings up a great point that I'm happy about, which will tie back into the power rankings, and we can kind of close this out. He said, and yet C9 is still ranked above 100 Thieves on the power rankings because they should be. They should be. Like, even if we won a single series above, or wait, even if we beat them in a single series, that doesn't mean that we were a better team than Cloud9 all year. We won one series against them. We should be closing the gap. We shouldn't be as far away from them. But if you want to pass them, you have to consistently beat them. And this is the first time that we beat them all year. So that doesn't just mean that we're better. It just means that we're, for now at least, better on the day and better in that trajectory. But when you have a full year of data showing otherwise, no, we should not be above C9 in the power rankings. Not yet.
And it's going to be a lot because you're not going to beat any team right now above C9 in the power rankings for a little.
Yeah.
So,
whoa.
be a minute before
We could be PSG.
Unless, was PSG above them?
Yep, so is Mad Lions.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I assumed Mad Lions wasn't.
Hang on, let me find out.
Mad Lions shouldn't be, bro. Did you see their year?
I did. But they beat G2 in a series, which is going to bump them up pretty heavy.
Oh, pish posh, bro.
Okay, no, Mad Lions is below, but
should be.
But PSG is obviously above. So if we can beat PSG, then we're moving up in the world. Then we might be above them. Counterpoint, we should be above since C9 only has 3 players. I mean, look, that's going to be a tough part about the global power rankings, but like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious to see how they do handle roster swaps in the power rankings.
Oh, Lord.
What?
Breaking news. USC defensive lineman redshirting remainder of season and entering transfer portal. We have another. We have a third.
From USC.
Yeah. They don't have a money problem, bruh. I don't know why he's doing it.
Hold up. I need to search this now. Why? What the? Is he out of his mind?
Ooh.
Just
wait until League starts doing this, brother.
This is wild. I don't even know what. Wow. I don't even know what to say. It's just.
Wait, did you hear the TL joke about Summit? Their coach says he will transfer them to R7 to play.
Oh
with
yeah,
Summit.
I heard about that.
That's a thing.
Yeah, Spawn said a few times that like if you fuck up, he will send you to the LLA to play with Summit.
That's crazy, bro. That's a wild.
I love it.
Wild comment.
I love it. You know what I also want tomorrow? This will be a great way to close it out, previewing. I need Tomo to play Ziggs. I need it. I need us to bitch slap Summit 2 series in a row with Ziggs and just piss him off. It'd be great.
Yeah. I think you guys should stomp them.
If we do anything other than 2-0, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I'm
it's hard
confident
to know.
in saying that. Oh, I know.
It's hard to know.
I know. It should be 2-0.
Should.
We should 2-0. I know.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
Just don't have your top laner do whatever that one for
Mad Lions.
what's his name? Yeah, that one was so bad, bro. How do you look that bad in a 2-0? Bro looked like dead weight.
It's what, Frascawi is his name? Or is that their mid laner?
I don't know. To be honest, Mirwin.
Mirwin,
That's his
yeah.
name, right. All I know is Buppo inspired offered to do a VOD review for him. I don't think you've taken him up.
I saw that Blippo tweet. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. People are not happy with Buppo's toxicity, brother. But he's still shooting.
He's on medication now, apparently. So
Yeah, okay.
no, he said it was.
Oh, he said he just got on medication? I
LS
thought he was
LS reached out to him after the whole thing went down, and he basically is like, "You good? You need to talk to somebody." Went and saw a doctor and got diagnosed with something and was on medication.
Okay.
Because the wild part was like he started like the part where he was talking about Hillsong. He started crying, like breaking down, crying, and I was like, okay, this is a abnormal range of emotion for somebody to be experiencing in a public setting like this. This is a little odd. So
Yeah, we might go all the way.
we might.
We might. When you see stuff like that, you know something special's coming.
Yep.
They're locking in.
That's
Are we about to get Percocet Buppo? Like Percocet Aaron
Jesus
Rodgers?
Christ. The worst part is I just saw one of his old interviews from Green Bay, like yesterday, where they asked him, it was like, what was your injury? My knee. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, chill.
Well, you know Green Bay doesn't use turtle
Yeah.
or turtle, so like they would use other stuff. So by other stuff, I guess that's what they meant.
Yep. David, what video was I referring to about 100 Thieves being good in scrims? Go to the end of the VOD from today on the main broadcast itself. Azale was talking about it right before the broadcast ended. But anything else that we're missing here that we didn't talk about?
No, sir.
I think that's going to be it for us, ladies and gentlemen. At this point next week, we'll be on the eve of Swiss Stage beginning. Like, this podcast will happen the night before Swiss Stage, and we'll have the draw and everything out then. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. That's going to be it for us. If you are just tuning in now and you were wondering what our thoughts were on the World Song, as was the title of this video, that was the first little bit of this. Be sure to tune back. The VOD will be public the second the stream gets done. So that's going to be it for us. Everybody put your 07s in the chat for 100 Thieves as they go into battle tomorrow. Should be a swift 2-0 as we kick Summit out of LLA. But we'll see how it goes.
Maybe my future fandom kind of tied to how this goes. You know? Considering I'm down like 8 billion teams. I don't know if you want me to be a fan, bro. I'm the Grim Reaper.
That's fine. You can knock one of these 3 off the back. If that's the problem. You could take them out if you need to. Shout out to APA's mom, by the way, for sending me this.
That is a cool shape.
So
I'm a fan.
Cool. We need these. We need the LCS to do something like this. It'd be great.
Yes, sir.
But all right, we're heading out. See y'all later. Adios.